Welcome to the Samwelb 12 experience,
where we have you covered for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Blue Jays, and more. Make sure to subscribe today.
C.Burnes, and you're watching the Samwelb 12 experience.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Good to see you. No time for a full intro. We got a ball game coming up, and it's important to get in here because this game is about to get going, and we have a lot to talk about. So let's get things set, ready to roll. This is just kicking off. First pitch coming in, and let's play some baseball. First pitch swinging for the Blue Jays, and that's going to be a quick out. Richard, how's it going? Coming in with a bunch of gifted memberships, 5 gifted memberships. Richard, thank you so much. Great to see you. We got lots going on here. We'll get our hellos in a second. But Richard, thank you so much. Just getting started here, and Richard dropping it like it's hot. Really appreciate that.
Defense was a bit of a struggle for the Orioles in Game 2 of the doubleheader yesterday. Helped the Blue Jays to an 8-4.
Here's Dalton Varsho coming up for the Blue Jays. Again, Richard, thank you for the gifted membership. James, how's it going? Good to see you. Welcome in, James, Bucks, Daniel, AAU Triton. Welcome in, everybody. Richard, of course, thank you so much for coming in, being here. There's lots going on. We'll get to it in a couple of moments. But this game just kicking off.
On back-to-back days to finish the Texas series. Played in Game 1 yesterday.
0-2 Varsho in the hole. Swing and a miss. He's going to strike out just like that. Of course, we're just coming in. We've been away for a little bit. Just getting our feet wet again. We've missed you all. And of course, anytime we get back streaming again, the internet says, hey, we're going to give you some problems. So literally up till a minute before we went live, you have no idea the drama going on over here. But good to see you. B. Disney, welcome in. Big Vladdy coming up. Vladdy Guerrero, still a J. Still a J. The Jays traded 8 players off their team, picking up 13 prospects.
In the mid to upper 90s.
Here's the 0-1. It's going to even it up at 1-1.
And it's an even count.
Bassitt, your starting pitcher for the Blue Jays today. On the hill right now is Burnes.
Inside.
Here's the 1-1. He's going to poke that one up.
Into the seats, 1-2.
Foul that one back. Of course, big moves. We're going to talk about a lot of those moves, a lot of those trades.
Vlad went on a streak yesterday where he had
some good ones by the Blue Jays.
5 straight at-bats,
picking up some real doozy prospects.
In the middle there. Then they finally got him out, and then he responded with his second home run of the day and another double in Game 2.
This one going to be in the dirt and even the count up at 2-2. 2 outs. Lost Anchor, how's it going? Good to see you.
Burnes trying to get him to expand right there with the slider.
Went to Niagara Falls. We ended up catching a Jays game. Nice.
We use the term cutter.
2-2, 2 outs to Vlad.
Fastball, and that's their
There's a pitch, 99 miles an hour. Vlad is going to foul that one off. Going to stay alive and hang in there.
Yes, it's the velocity. Yeah, most guys, if they have a 95-mile-per-hour four-seam fastball, the cutter will be like 91. But his is truly a cut fastball up 95 plus.
2-2.
2-2. This is going to be poked into right center. Going to drop in there. Vlad going to get on base.
Inside out of that ball.
So lots of moves by the Blue Jays. Lots going on. If you haven't really been paying attention to the world of baseball. And if you're a Jays fan, why would you? Because they have been absolutely lousy. But we figured we'd hop on. We haven't been in for a while.
Inside that, just muscled it into right center field. That's a tough pitch to handle.
Spencer Horwitz up now after Guerrero singled.
Horwitz going to take the first one in.
Is low. That's the curveball from Burnes. The pitch he throws second most to his cutter.
And Horwitz has been a little bit of a pleasant surprise, hitting 285. Vladdy with that single now up to 312 with his average. Just like the Tigers. Yeah, it's been a rough go. A rough go.
25 stolen bases against.
I was hoping to get down to the ballpark, but have not yet made our way down.
No hit on the ground, foul.
And I would say a big part of that, yes, it's his delivery. Yes, it's that he doesn't change up his holds and throw over enough, probably, but he's probably so good, Ben, that he doesn't really.
So the Jays split with Baltimore yesterday in the doubleheader, hoping Jays can go up here in this game 3.
Looking in at Horwitz, the 1-1. Guerrero takes off, and the pitch is hit foul.
Can be fouled back again. Of course, the Jays play a 12:30 game tomorrow.
Henderson and Guerrero catching up for a second.
Adley Rutschman throws okay behind the plate. Got a pretty.
Just watched Canada win a very unexpected medal, silver in the women's rugby sevens. Lost in the final to the best in the world, New Zealand. Yeah, Richard. Canada does have some good rugby teams. Rugby is huge over on this side of the pond. But it's nice to see they've been winning some games, getting some medals. Of course, men's basketball for Canada won again today.
1-2. Check swing on a pitch in the dirt. Appeal to third, and
we're going to get a commercial break. Second strikeout. That's going to do it. Jay's going to come out to the field. And we're going to see what's going to come back around. What are the Baltimore Orioles going to do? So the Blue Jays, as I said, making a whole bunch of trades as it was trade deadline day. So what did the Jays do? I will tell you as soon as this loads up. Oh my gosh. Technology is not my friend today. The latest, Kevin Kiermaier, just happened moments ago. Well, not really. But Kevin Kiermaier, he has been shipped off to the LA Dodgers in exchange for Ryan Yarbrough. Some of the other trades picking up a lot of prospect. Kuner Falafa, he goes to Pittsburgh. Toronto ships Trevor Richards out. Kikuchi is on the move. The Kikuchi trade with the Houston Astros could be one of the big steals. This is a great move that the Jays did. They send Kikuchi to the Astros and they pick up a couple prospects, Jake Bloss, Joey Loperfido, and Will Wagner. So some great high-ranking prospects there in exchange for Kikuchi. They really fleeced the Astros with that one. Justin Turner, of course, sent to Seattle. Danny Jansen sent to the Boston Red Sox. Nate Pearson to the Chicago Cubs. And Yimi Garcia to the Seattle Mariners. So a lot of moves. The Blue Jays, very, very, very busy. JDA, what's going on? Where did the Jays go? They certainly moved a lot.
It was against the Rays. He lasted just 5
A
innings.
whole lot.
Only gave up 3 runs, but he did strike out 6. But it was the
But it's some good prospects, some really good prospects. Not going to help us this year, maybe not next year, but we will see.
Better in that department tonight as he
This coming in, nice pitch here by Bassitt.
First pitch
In for a strike.
Counter with the
And joking when they say things you won't hear at the Olympics, and it's cold for Canada. You've got to already. Richard, that's awesome. And more to come. This one in, foul back. Of course, a nice judo gold. Didn't expect that one. Who actually watched that match? That was good. Women's soccer team, amidst of all the controversy, 2 straight wins, trying desperately to overcome the point deduction to squeak through. Pitch coming in. This is going to be foul back. JDA getting some throat punching done.
Bassitt will be
like to throat punch some technology right now.
Oftentimes staying away with the sinker, so he'll throw the cutter up and away.
So you'll notice some changes we've made, and that's
sometimes be away.
really just because we had to.
His 0-2.
The 0-2 is still behind wide.
Tried to backdoor him with
The 1 and 2 now. Gotta love the dancing pickle. Still one of my all-time favorites.
Blue Jay Joey Loperfido is talking to a guy who came up and made a splash last year in Davis Schneider.
Here's a pitch, gonna be fouled back. Stays at 1 and 2.
A couple of Jersey guys chatting it up right now.
But an interesting situation. When you get traded, you just fly in, you arrive with your new team. You're literally meeting a bunch of new people.
This is going to be ripped in there for a single.
Well, defensively for the Blue Jays tonight, behind Chris Bassitt, Stuart Baroa gets the start in left field. Dalton Varsho in center. Kevin Kiermaier off to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Addison Barger gets the start in right with George Springer DH and Clemente Jimenez on the left side. Horwitz and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. on the right side. And Kirk will do the duties behind the plate for Bassitt tonight.
Guerrero holding on Cowser as Adley Rutschman takes ball 1 outside. Rutschman played in game 2 yesterday, went 0 for 4, but twice could have had hits if not for good plays by Blue Jay defenders.
The Rutschman up here, hitting 263 on the year. Welcome in if you're just coming in. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you do hit that thumbs up.
When the Astros were in Toronto recently, I saw those two catching up. Had played against each other.
Here's the 1-0. Gonna miss. Go to 2-0.
Loperfido, born in Philly, but grew up in the South Jersey area. And South Jersey and Philly very close in general. And so Schneider said, you know, that they had played against each other at times. And
Spaceman, how's it going? Welcome.
Levels, keeping in touch. 2-0 outside, 3-0.
3-0 now.
I mean, now they'll be playing even closer to each other than they would have in high school.
And
Blue Jays definitely struggling this season. Sitting at the bottom of the AL East.
The game is going on here.
A couple games back from Tampa Bay.
On signs and how they handle things
this
defensively.
pitch is going to miss. He's going to put him on base.
We'll see how long it takes before
Ball
we see him in the
4.
ball game.
Baltimore on the flip side, #1 in the AL East, 63 wins, 44 losses.
I was referring to with Chris Bassitt in his last start.
They're having another heck of a
Just
year.
okay, but he wants to keep that count down.
This one right in there. It's going to be fouled back. Oh, we didn't walk him. Excuse me.
You got to be careful with Rutschman, and you have to be careful.
Thought he did.
Not to walk him because Gunnar Henderson is waiting.
Well, that was weird. 3-2. Triton with the freeze.
There's a good
Mark, how's it going? Welcome in. Good to see you.
Scuffling a little bit right now.
Runner takes off, swing and a miss, strike.
Here it is, going across. Tag him, got him. Picked him off. Love that strikeout, throw out. Now that is an impressive double play.
If he got him, and I think he did, the Orioles will not challenge. You can see that Jimenez is playing behind.
Good throw, right on target. Picked off there.
Just into the runner slightly, and he gets him on
no chance.
Before that left hand touches the base.
Really, Spaceman.
Joe, how about 2 outs
nice.
Pitch for Chris Bassitt.
That's how you play a little catch up.
Now the
So
base is
2
empty
outs
for Gunnar
now.
Henderson to
Bases
take
are
strike
empty
one.
after that. That was pretty sweet. Gunnar
second
Henderson,
rounder out of high school
283,
in
28 home
Alabama,
runs, 64
2019.
ribbies on the year.
It's the 0-1
Tried
foul.
new. The way things are going, it wouldn't surprise
Joe, you
me
think
if I
he's good at
forgot.
baseball. He was also the Alabama Independent School Association Player of the Year in basketball when he was in high school.
How many of these
Sam Aaron
Major
played
League
their first
Baseball
Euro
players
tie in
are
37
all-around
years. Last
athletes,
week was
right? I'm
0-0.
sure
In
vast majority
Iceland.
of
Wow,
them played a
return
variety
match for
of sports
Paisley.
when they were young.
That's crazy. Their first in
Down
37
away with the
years.
0-2.
Wow.
Guessing Gunnar Henderson was pretty well
Richard,
good at
that's
anything
impressive.
he
That's
picked up.
quite
He
a
just
streak.
happened to pursue baseball.
Yes.
Actually saw their stadium, Tropicana Field, last weekend from the outside. Tropicana Field is a weird ballpark. This way high. I'm going to go to the backstop.
2 balls and 2 strikes. That, I believe,
2 and
was
2,
supposed
2
to be a
outs.
Change-up or a splitter.
See, look at those
He's
2
bending down to
balls.
grab
Way
some
one
dirt.
way high, one way
Warm
low.
day again here in Baltimore.
Chart there.
Nothing new there. See that grip? He's got that split grip, and it just took off on him. And afterwards,
Bassitt trying to bring it down.
Grab the ball, look
Glad
at
it's
him,
getting replaced.
Chris went and got some dirt to try to.
There's
a little
another
better
foul
grip on
ball.
that baseball.
Yeah, hey, the Blue
That
Jays
Connor
might
shaped
not
foul,
be
still
great
2-2.
this year, but hey, at least they got a nice
It's
stadium
29
now.
degrees. It's pretty humid.
All that money in
There
renovations.
is a chance.
And it's
of
still the
weather
same
coming.
old
I mean, it
Rogers
looks
Center. It
great
does
right
look
now,
good. I haven't been
but
down there
yesterday it
myself.
turned in a hurry, so it's really
Does
hard
look
to tell.
good. But I think it's time a new ballpark comes to Toronto.
2-2.
This one
Almost
inside,
got
gonna
it
go to a
off.
full count.
See how far Alejandro Kirk set up.
3 and
inside
2, 2
there,
outs.
making sure that if you
Bassitt
miss, you
trying to
miss
put him
in, and
away.
That's exactly what Bassitt did. That's a good miss.
Low, he's gonna lose him.
They were trying to
Puts
go
him on with
down
Santander
a little bit. It's 2-1
coming up next.
to Gunnar
Yeah,
Henderson.
Spaceman, they did a nice job with it. They did a nice job with the renos. It definitely looks better. The concourse is a real problem. If you come in kind of anywhere behind home plate, it's nice and wide. But as you go down the sides or even in the upper decks, the concourse is very, very narrow. Beverly, hello there. Good to see you. And the problem, and I'm sure it's this way in most ballparks, when it's narrow like that, and if you're sitting in the outfield or in the upper decks, you know, you go for food and you end up, you know, waiting for half an hour in line to get food just because they don't have enough. John V, what's going on, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Bring back the Expos. Would love to see the Expos come back. I was a huge fan of the Expos. I did get a chance to go to Olympic Stadium in Montreal for a game many years ago. Pitch in there. This one is going to be hit down the left field line. That's going to roll in the corner. This is going to be 2 for sure. Are they going to try and score? Coming around, he's getting the wave.
It's 1-0 Orioles.
In Baltimore, in there. 1-0.
RBI double for Anthony Santander.
Wow, his 17th double of the year. Rex, how's it going? The Rays gave up. Yeah, the Rays and the Jays are right about that same level right now, Rex. Watching the Canadian Cricket League on satellite just now. He was from Montreal, Toronto, Brampton, Mississauga. Oh, cool. I've never been able to figure out cricket.
Now Ryan O'Hearn to the plate. He's the 5th of the 5 guys to bat left against Bassitt. to
Sounds
start
good,
this lineup.
JDA. Ronnie, how's it going? Thank you, Ronnie. Appreciate that.
And it looked like it
I don't know why
might
our
be a pitch
scoreboard
efficient inning after the
is not
strikeout,
updating.
throw out double play.
Oh,
With
it's
that
one of
pitch now
those
up to
days.
24.
There
It
we
was
go.
12 pitches with 2 outs and
Scoreboard just
nobody
likes
out.
taking its sweet time.
He fell behind 2-0 to Santander, and while I think that was a late swing, he got kind of lucky to tuck it
Appreciate
inside
hitting
that
those
line.
likes.
You still got a hitter in a good aggressive count. He's in swing mode.
Pitch coming in high on the corner. Not going to
Just
get
a
the
little bit
call.
high. Kirk wasn't sure. It's 2-1.
You get Anthony Santander in swing mode, and you leave a sinker in the middle of the plate. You better hope it's at somebody.
Not a good start for the Blue Jays.
Taking a look at Santander, and the 2-1
Pitch
is
coming
hit
in.
on the
It's going to
ground
be fouled to the right. Putting that count to 2-2.
Gunnar Henderson with good speed, and with 2 outs, he is flying right away.
You know, at least we have a good future to look forward to with all these prospects that the Jays have picked up coming up to this trade deadline.
And goes first to home.
Will they pan out?
It was the right decision, whoever made it.
It's going to be fouled back yet
here,
again.
still 2-2.
Oftentimes coming around second, that plays right in front of you, so you have a pretty good idea.
We
Now,
will have
you
more
can always
Olympic
just peek at the
coverage
last
coming your
second
way.
and
We're
third
taking a
base
look
coach to
over the
make
next
sure you're
couple
getting
of
that way,
days, and
because you don't wanna
unfortunately,
run through a stop
all the
sign
good
either,
stuff
but I
is
think
super
Gunnar
early in the
understands
morning,
game
so
well enough.
we'll see
He
as
knew
we
he had a
get
good
closer
shot
to the
to score
weekend
defense.
what events we might be able to hang out for.
Tried to entice
Of course,
O'Hearn
the
there with a
Argos are
slider,
coming up
couldn't
this
get him to
weekend, I
offer
believe
full
on
count.
Sunday, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it is a righty up next, but it's Ryan Mountcastle.
Gator, how's it going? Welcome in.
Bassitt trying to avoid Mountcastle this inning by ending it right here.
The Rays might be struggling, but they are ahead of the Jays.
Hit on the ground
Gonna be
foul.
hit on the ground
off
foul
the front
yet
fence
again.
of the Orioles dugout.
Guys, the Rays, just a couple of more wins than the Blue Jays.
O'Hearn's second year in orange and black
But
was
definitely not a
Kansas City
season
Royal for parts
to
of 5
remember for
seasons
either
before joining
franchise.
the Baltimore Orioles.
Olympic popcorn eating.
3-2 again.
Pitch coming in high,
And that
foul.
one's hit foul again.
3-2, 2 outs. Bassitt just cannot get out of this inning. 30 pitches thrown already. And this is quite the at-bat.
Blue Jays had to use a lot of relievers yesterday. They made some moves, so they're a little bit fresher.
It seems to be.
They'd like a long start today.
This
if
one
possible,
coming in, and
as
it's hit
O'Hearn hits
foul
another one
again.
foul to continue
9
to drive up
pitches
that
deep.
pitch count.
And you can
Now
see
in this
why the
battle.
pitch count's getting driven up. Chris does not have a lot of swing
Curtis,
and miss
hello there,
stuff,
welcome
so they're
in.
on these pitches and able
They had to
to foul
postpone the
anything off
triathlons.
that's
The
not
water in
quite
the
to their
sea was
liking.
too polluted. I saw that. It's
Way up front of
crazy.
the slider, but still on it to foul it. A little late maybe on
And
a
they're
fastball, but
expecting
still
more
on it
rain
to
over the
foul it.
next
And
couple
that's
of
what just
days,
keeps
so any
buying
hope
them
of
more pitches.
that clearing up does not seem to be the case.
Bassitt taking
There are a
an
lot of
extra
people out
second,
there
back
saying
on.
they never even should have
A walk
planned
and
to
2
do the
hits this inning,
triathlons.
1 run allowed.
They knew there would be no chance it would be
And that one's lifted
ruled
to
healthy.
shallow left center field.
This is going to be
Burrow
popped up,
under it.
making
And
the
that'll do
catch,
it
and finally
for
the Blue
first inning.
Jays
Anthony Santander
are going
gets
to
one
get
off
out
Chris
of this
Bassitt.
one. We're going to the top of inning number 2. The Blue Jays are finding their way around. Things really slow here in the world of technology, it seems. Women's rugby final. Yeah, it was a great final. Those rugby teams are super tough. You know, I watched swimming was on today. Some gymnastics was on. Some women's 3-on-3 basketball was kind of neat. Of course, the men's Canadian basketball team is looking good. They should be moving on. Love to see a big gold medal matchup, Canada versus the U.S. in basketball. That would be exciting if it played out that way. Of course, the women's soccer team, we talked about it earlier, they're battling, trying to get through, winning their first 2 matches, trying to overcome the punishment of being deducted 6 points. But I tell you, these Blue Jays could certainly learn something from the Canadian athletes about determination in fighting. They are certainly not doing that. But it looks like right now, Bo Bichette and Vladdy Guerrero still Blue Jays. Can it be France and Australia and rugby 7th? Yeah, they fought hard. They fought real hard. So Loperfido has made his way to the, just getting acquired. He's with the Jays already in the, sitting with the team, which was kind of nice. So one of those players coming over in the Houston trade.
Baseball player, he said, but Joey's on another level this season. By the way, guys, John Schneider told me Loperfido will make his Jays debut
So here
tomorrow
comes Captain
in the series
Kirk.
finale.
Kirky.
That's
Gonna take
very
first pitch
exciting
in for a
news,
strike.
Hazel, as the Blue Jays, Joe, get to see. It appears to be
Burnes
the
is
most
on it.
MLB
As I mentioned, Bassitt
piece
over
of
30
all of the different
pitches.
prospects that
Burnes
they
only throwing
hauled in
15.
this deadline.
Yeah, they amassed a number of players to restock and fill that
I'm going to
farm
be
system
outside
and
and
build
even it up
a
at
little bit
1-1.
again. And some closer to the major leagues than others. And Loperfido slides right into the big league lineup, and be anxious to see him
Yeah, Richard, absolutely.
in action tomorrow. Maybe even tonight. We'll see.
Listen, any sport, you know, when it's a
Alejandro
team
Kirk leading
sport,
off
you
the
hate
inning
the
for the
silver
Blue
medal
Jays.
because it means you lost the gold. You still have to be extremely
Takes
proud
a
of that
big curveball
accomplishment.
there from Corbin Burnes. It's
Here for
1-2.
strike 2. KRT, how's it going? Welcome in.
There should be ample opportunity for Loperfido with that Kevin
Family
Kiermaier
is
move.
doing very,
Left
very well,
field
thank you.
is seemingly open for the taking between a couple different
Kirk is going to hit
guys.
this
on
one
the
to
ground
short,
by
scooped
Kirk
up
to
and thrown
Henderson.
over.
One
There's
out.
going to be the first out of the inning.
If you figure that Dalton Varsho
Yeah,
plays
KRT, we're
regular
doing
center field
really
going
well, thank
forward,
you. It's
then
been a
left
fun
field
summer so
can
far.
be a
Yeah, we
little
haven't been
bit
able to stream much
a toss-up
in
between a couple
July,
different people.
but
Well, he'll play either corner, but
we
of
will be
course,
getting
with
back
George
at it a
Springer
little
pretty much
more
a fixture at right.
regularly.
Could see him in left a lot.
here in
And
upcoming in
just to see that
August.
power bat and speed, the combination of the
course,
power
getting
and the
set
speed
for the
with
fall.
that great defense that we've heard about.
Pitch
Ernie
on the
Clement
corner.
takes strike one.
Outside, but going to be called strike.
Good thing too. and
Ernie
being
Clement here,
unable-
he's up to
being able
270
to
now. I
trade
like
off those
Clement. I'm a
expiring
big fan of
contracts.
his.
The DH spot's been freed up with Turner going to the Mariners, and some outfield playing time will be
Pitch going
freed
to
up
miss
with
outside
Kevin
again.
Kiermaier
Going to be
heading to
1-1.
LA.
Blue Jays were expecting to get Isaiah Kiner-Falefa back soon. He was dealt to the Pittsburgh Pirates.
That would surprise
Andrew,
you.
hello there. Welcome in.
It did a little bit because
Hope you're doing
he
well.
had been playing so well for the Blue Jays, and he plays important positions. I wasn't expecting many guys to go that weren't expiring guys. What did you think?
Well, with Pearson being
Here's
the
the
only
2-1.
one
Clement
up
going to
until
foul
this
this one
point,
back.
it just felt to me like the Blue Jays were going that route where they're trying to keep the guys that can help them compete next year in 2025. And I think certainly Chad Green is part of that, and I thought maybe Kiner-Falefa was part of that, but with his salary, and I haven't heard the details in terms of money and which way it's going, but maybe you can refill a spot like that. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa had a career year. This is the best he has ever been, so it's a good opportunity to sell high.
It's going to be hit to
Gunnar
short again,
Anderson
picked
picks
up
it
and
and
thrown
throws
over.
to first to get Ernie Clement.
There is out
Ground
number
balls to short to start
2.
this inning. 2 down. Addison Barger coming up. He had a milestone moment yesterday. His first Major League home run.
I asked Addison Barger if he was sitting on this
Thank you,
first
Richard.
pitch
It's
breaking
good to be
ball
back.
from Zach Eflin, and he said,
Took some
"No,
time,
just going looking
time
for a
with the
good pitch."
family, time
And it was
away.
a bit of a hanger out in the middle of the
Recharge the
plate.
batteries
He
a
put
little bit.
Good swing on it. He
Crystal,
does not
hello
get
there.
cheated, and
Welcome
he
in.
squared that one up. That'll be a good memory
It's good
for
to be
him.
back, for
First
sure.
big league homer.
First pitch from Burnes is hit on the ground
It's
to
gonna be
second. It
hit
picked
over
up
to
by
second,
Westberg.
picked
The
up
throw
and
to
thrown
first in
over.
time.
And that's going to do it for the Blue Jays here in top of inning number 2. The Orioles playing really, really well. They're going to come up in the bottom of the inning. We're going to see what they can do. Yeah, we'll have lots of stuff coming up. Like I said, it's good to be back. We've been away for a little bit. Now we just got to get the algorithm going for us and start getting everyone to come back in and join us. But it's going to be a fun end of the summer. It's hard to say we're even talking about end of summer at this point. Hockey season is just around the corner. It's going to be a fun year. So we will get some kind of preseason content going. Host, I made you dinner, mac and cheese with. Oh, thank you, Triton. Hold the lemon juice. Great beat today because niece went to the falls. Just a girls' trip. Oh yeah, Andrew, I gotcha. Well, they must have had a great time. Victoria, hello there. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate everyone joining us here. Baltimore up 1-0. We're going to the bottom of the second inning. The Blue Jays got to find a way to turn things around. They definitely need to turn things around. But hey, they did it yesterday for the second game. They can do it again today. Just saw Tim Hortons coffee in your local grocery store. So, Yeah, they got those Keurig pods going on. I haven't tried them. But yeah, it's not the same. Never the same. All right. Coming back, getting set. See what Baltimore, what damage the Orioles can do coming up here. Bottom of the second. Not poutine ketchup Wednesday.
At Camden Yards, and the Orioles with an early
Gator, it's so good.
Thank you so much for tuning into this third game
Just
of
saying.
4 between the Blue Jays and the Orioles. I'm Ben Schulman alongside Joe Siddle, Hazel May down on the field, and Ryan Mountcastle in the box for the Orioles to lead off this inning.
So here's Mountcastle. First pitch from Bassitt in their first strike.
Going
That's
into
good to
yesterday's
see.
doubleheader, Mountcastle had only 4 hits against the Blue Jays this year, and then in that doubleheader, he had another 4 hits against the Blue Jays, including a home run.
This one gonna miss. 1-1 evens up the count.
So that first pitch sinker into Mountcastle. He's done a lot of damage on off-speed pitches. So
Hey, ketchup and gravy is awesome.
Bassitt is going to attack him. Talked earlier about how he's
you have to do
limited
it
the
properly.
slug against right-handed hitters very well.
Pitch coming in. This is going to be popped up to center field on the run. And a nice catch there by Dalton Varsho.
We talked a little bit in the first inning about how many left-handed hitters that Bassitt will
Nice
face.
grab
Here he
there.
gets some
You know,
right-handed
Varsho
hitters
has
in
some
the
pretty
second
good
inning,
fielding
including the next
ability.
batter to come
Not
up against
overly
Chris
consistent
Bassitt,
at the
Jordan
plate, but he's pretty
Lots of
darn good out
communication
there in the
between
field.
Bassitt and
And you
Kirk
can move
after
him
that
around a
pitch, and I
little.
think he wanted to ask him about that slider that he just threw, if he wanted it away a little bit more.
Yeah,
Got
very
that away pretty good,
short-handed, Curtis. They do not want to have
It's
to
not a pitch that
make
he
some
always
pitching
uses
changes way too
consistently.
early.
The slider, we've seen it.
Yeah, Andrew, I don't mind
A
them.
lot of sweepers.
I
but
certainly don't
maybe
mind them.
mixing
Some
up the
good
tendencies now,
prospects
going
coming
back to
in.
the slider.
That's exactly it.
But you
Maybe
never
just
know
try
what
and
you're going to
evolve a
get
little
right
bit
until they
as
come up.
hitters
get
are doing
true,
things against him.
true
He'll
chance to
oftentimes
perform.
just base it on their approach against him.
But
Addison
from what I'm
Barger
seeing,
giving that
they're
one a look, but it's
supposed
in
to
the
be
seats,
pretty
0-2.
decent. So hopefully that'll be good things coming.
When you have so much to offer, you can try and get guys off balance by doing that. 8 different pitches in the arsenal of Chris Bassitt. Oh-2. Check swing right there. That was the sweeper I was talking
Just
about
missed.
before.
Going to go to
Whisper
1-2.
plays off.
So the slider will be a little tighter and harder. The sweeper will be a little more horizontal away from the righty and slower. Then he's got the curveball that's a little more over the top and super slow. So different breaks and different speeds.
Going to miss
That
again.
one is
evening
another
it up at
sweeper,
2-2.
even a little bit slower than the last sweeper. It's 2-2. You can get lost in his mix pretty easily.
But you can see the different profiles of each pitch.
Pitch going
This is
way
outside
outside.
with a sinker, and it's a
3-2,
full
3
count
straight
from
balls.
an 0-2 count earlier.
See what Chris
don't
is
like
doing
to
right
see
here
that
on a
happen.
warm night. He's trying to buy himself a little time. Now the home plate umpire was
Yeah,
not
Yankees
buying
still
what
have-
he was
they'll
selling
still
because he's
squeak in
pulled his
there.
fingers up in the air to say start the clock
Yankees
again.
always find a
He's
way.
not going to let Chris bend down and
But
touch
you're
the
right,
rosin
Baltimore's
bag and
playing
buy
solid.
himself 5 seconds.
Here's the 3-2.
3-2 pitch hit on
Going
the
to be
ground
chopped to third,
Nice
picked up,
play by
thrown over,
Clements.
and he got him.
Took a bit of a
Vladdy,
high hop
in his
there,
new
and
haircut
Ernie did well
down
to
in the
secure that
splits.
ball. And then even better to make the throw.
And he's
going
gonna hang on to it. So a nice throw, a nice
Very
pickup.
good play by Ernie Clement, but he may have gotten caught. He had to back up. And then he threw flat-footed, so he's going to come get it, but he thought, oh, I'm going to back up and play that hop. Now he knows he's got to get rid of it
A
quickly.
long
It's hard to
throw,
get
and he
a lot
kind of
on
arched that
throw
one a little bit.
from your heels. I think he wanted to come get the ball, but he realized it was going to be a tough short
But
hop.
a nice stretch
Good
by
adjustment.
Vladdy to get
Good
that out.
adjustment by Guerrero as well.
It's going to be
Stretching
fouled
toward
back.
right field, and now Cedric
Mullins up now.
fouls
He's
back
hitting
the first pitch 0-1.
220
Ernie
on the
had
year.
a stretch where he struggled a little bit at third base, but he was really good early on, I thought. Had a little bit of a tough stretch, and he's been really good
Yeah.
again.
It is not the mighty Paul Mullins.
And you figure with the Isaiah Kiner-Falefa trade today now,
Super Paul Mullins
that Ernie Clement will get a lot of run over at third base
from
going
Wrexham
forward.
FC. Baltimore are already on the phone with
Looks
something.
like the Orioles thought there might have been catcher's interference
They were
there.
thinking about challenging.
There was a bit of an awkward sound,
no
but I thought that was
challenge
just
coming.
the ball going back.
Play on, they say. Play on.
They decided not to review it. The 0-2.
Here's the 0-2.
Alejandro
That's
Kirk
foul.
was called for catcher's interference yesterday.
That game in the first inning in game 1.
With guess who hitting?
Cedric Mullins.
You got it. Some hitters, and you have to understand, know what their swings are like. Some guys will have a deeper path to their swing and know that you have to give yourself a little bit more room back there. Ideally, you want to be as close to the pitcher as possible so you can get to those pitches
Here's
before
the
they dive
0-2.
out of the zone.
Outside. Gonna go to 1-2. So again, Bassitt gets a guy 0-2, and hopefully he
And
doesn't do this
oftentimes
again.
with the
Go
new
3
style
straight
of
pitches.
catching where catchers will drop that glove to the ground as Alejandro does, they pull it up, but it's also moving forward and up. And that's getting close to the bat path of the hitter.
Taking a look, here's
1-2.
the pitch. Whoa, inside,
Swing
right
and a
on the
pop
hands.
up into the seats.
Foul back. Ben, hello there.
That
Welcome
was
in.
interesting. That was a
Good to
cutter
see you.
way in. That was a bit of self-defense that time by Mullins. Watch how far inside this goes.
Way inside.
Had to
But
hit
hey,
just
he
above
got him
his
to
chins
chase
on
it.
the bat.
Yeah, that might have hit him had he not swung.
So the 1-2, 2 out, trying to put him away.
That one
And again,
is
this is
lifted
gonna be
to left
poked.
center field. Varsho
Center field for
has it,
Varsho. He's
and
been
that
busy.
will do
He's
it
gonna make
for
the
second
catch.
inning. 1, 2, 3.
And that's going to do it. We are going to the top of inning number 3 is Baltimore with a 1-0 lead. The Jays trying to find a way to get back in there. Again, thank you for joining us. Welcome in, everybody. If you're just coming in or watching on replay, make sure you hit those thumbs up for us. And, of course, hit that subscribe. We have not done a lot of Blue Jays baseball this season, admittedly. They have not been great. They have not been great. It's been tough to watch. Plus, we've been awfully busy. So trying to bring a little bit of the Blue Jays baseball here to the channel. Oogie Boogie, what's going on? Yeah, Ben, already the 3rd inning. Moving right along. Not a lot getting put on the scoreboard, so they are just going to keep on trucking through. One of the things I really like, one of the adjustments that was made a couple years back where they added that pitch clock, it's really helped speed up the game. It's really helped get things moving. So it is super nice to see. Kirk had a few catcher interference calls yesterday. Yeah, and you know, it's weird. The whole catcher interference thing, I don't think it's as much the catcher leaning forward as it is the batter staying right at that back of the box. And not only that, they're standing at the back, they're leaning back. So when they're coming through, they're getting that contact. So I think it's as the game has evolved over the couple of years, it's more the way the batters are standing so far back and leaning, you know, kind of so far back. Just my thoughts. But we've seen a lot more catcher's interference recently than we have in the past.
Junior here at the game.
They're just coming back. Cal Ripken
Pretty good
Jr.
shortstop
here in
for
the
the
crowd
Orioles
tonight.
for a long time. They have a pretty good one now as well. And here's the Blue Jays
Here's the
shortstop
pitch
playing
gonna
over
be
minutes,
fouled
fouling it
back.
back 0-1.
Not a bad shortstop himself,
Yeah.
eh?
Some might say the best that's been out there.
Got a front row seat here with the Orioles.
Swing and a miss
by
there.
Jimenez. It's
We
0-2.
go to 0-2.
The Iron Man.
Jimenez
Nice
really
nickname.
reached for that one.
Yeah, put together the longest streak.
But always nice to see Cal
consecutive
Ripken
games
Jr.
played
in the
in
house.
baseball
He's looking
history.
good.
Hall of Famer, two-time
Super
MVP.
excited to see him play many moons ago.
19-time All-Star Ben.
That's a lot of times.
19 times.
Even to be eligible to play 19 years is pretty impressive, let alone make an all-star team 19 times.
A World Series champion with those 1983 Orioles.
I believe at that point he was still their 3rd baseman because he was young. I might be wrong about that, but
Yeah.
I think he was still over at 3rd at that point as a young player, and his dad was a coach on the team.
83, he made 162 starts at.
Another strikeout. Got him.
Shortstop. 82 was third base. Yeah.
1 year.
There's a good movement on the pitch again from C.Burnes. It's a tough matchup for a young hitter. And Leo Jimenez. The ball's diving under his swing. It's sinking fastball.
Doesn't throw a ton of sinkers, but he's been fairly sinker heavy today. Stuart Baroa, the 9-hitter, takes low ball 1.
If you had to describe C.Burnes to right-handers like we just saw Jimenez, he's more cutter, slider, curveball. He mixes in the sinker. But man, when you get that ball diving down and in with the cutter going away and his secondary pitches, those are some weapons.
There's a cutter to even up the count against Baroa, 1-1.
And those breaking pitches are truly great weapons.
This one is popped up back of the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson. He makes the catch. 2 outs. Doesn't get a whole lot better than C.Burnes.
Jared, hello
You had
there.
mentioned
How's
off
it
the top
going?
of the broadcast. It's just
Welcome in.
Scoopel
Thanks for
ahead of
joining
Burnes
us.
in terms of qualified pitchers and the best ERAs.
Well, the Orioles went out and got him for this reason, to lead
Got
this
early
rotation.
home
That's
opening tickets
exactly
for the
what
Bruins.
he is doing
That's awesome.
now. They've made a couple of deals.
Congrats.
They've added Zach Eflin here
Now
for
you
the
get some
trade
hockey
deadline to
tickets
the
already.
rotation,
Getting
and now
set.
they've acquired Taylor Rogers, a left-hander from the Marlins as well. This has been a rotation, pitching staff in general, that has really struggled over the last month. So Brandon Hyde is grateful to have a couple of veterans coming in
Andrew, I'm
to
doing really well, thank you.
help take on the brunt
It's
of the
been
work at the
very,
front end of
very
this
busy
rotation.
July.
And they
Is
had a
why we
surplus,
haven't
but
been
a fair
around as
number
much.
of prospects have gone
But
the
trying
other
to
way.
get back
when you
in it,
talk
you know,
about
get things
Burnes'
going
trade.
again.
DL Hall, Joey Ortiz were traded away to Milwaukee, and Connor Norby was sent away in the deal today. That brought Trevor.
Trap, what's going on? An unexpected
with
storm
Kyle
hit
Stowers and
midsummer and
George
the
Springer
stadium
with
got
a swing
snowed
and
in.
miss.
How
Goes
the
down there.
players finally they dug
Blue
out.
Jays with 1 hit so far against Burnes.
Nice
1-0
prep,
Warriors.
and that's going to do it. The Jays, just like that, are done. So we're going to go to the bottom of inning number 3. Prep, hope you're doing well. Thanks for coming in. Love the joke. That was really bad. We are actually expecting a storm, not a snowstorm, but we are expecting a storm to roll through here anytime. It was supposed to hit earlier today. Been moved more into the evenings. So waiting to see what's going to happen there. Again, thanks everybody for popping in and checking us out. We appreciate it. Make sure you do kind of hit that thumbs up as you come in. It's free and it helps us out. Oh, next time you go to the kitchen, would you mind grabbing me a water, please? Thank you. That's funny. Size Jays aren't good anymore. Yeah, it's hard. Listen, that's why we haven't done a lot of Jays baseball this year. We haven't done a ton because it really has been super tough to watch. But I wanted to get on here. It's been a while. Thank you. We wanted to come on and say hello and see everybody. Oscar, hello there. No more hockey right now. Hockey will be coming back in the fall. Counting down the days. Can't wait to get some hockey back. Feels like it's been far too long. Aaron, hello there. Good to see you. Yeah, the Jays have been up and down. You know, they find a way to lose big and then they find a way to come back and win.
A 3-game bundle next week to Toronto.
First pitch is
Blue
going to
Jays
be
playing today against
foul.
Baltimore and tomorrow. Then a day off in a series.
NFL's coming soon. That's right. NBA coming
to
soon.
start next week's
Sports are on the horizon.
Ramon Urias leading off for Baltimore. I'm Ben Schulman alongside Joe Siddle. Hazel May down on the field. The 0-1.
Pitch in there.
Urias
Got
takes
him.
a strike, nothing
Strike
and
2. Nice pitch.
Arias, the number 9 hitter in the order. Bassitt's retired 4 in a row. Trying to start the bottom of the third on the right note before a tough.
Yeah, Andrew, I've been watching
bunch
a
of
ton.
hitters at
This
the
one
top
going to
of
be
the
down in the
Oriole
dirt. Ball 1. I've been watching. I have it on
Colton Cowser
all
singled
day in the
first inning,
background.
was caught stealing.
Always
Been enjoying the
important when
Olympics this year.
That 9-1-2 to start off an inning. You want to
Yeah,
retire that
Aaron, it
first
really
one.
has.
You always do, but especially before you turn that lineup over.
We're waiting for that rain to come through to kind of cool things off a little bit.
The 1-2.
Pitch is
This is upstairs.
high. Joke night coming soon. Gator will have to get an open mic
Tough
night.
guy to strike out.
I mean,
but
the
Chris
joke of the night could be the way the Blue Jays are playing.
isn't too concerned with that. He's looking for some soft contact off the bat of Arias.
Blue Jays infield playing Arias fairly straight up.
This is getting set. Urias. Here's the pitch
2-2 pitch.
Hit back.
Deep to right.
to the wall. It's out of here.
5th home run of this season for Ramon Urias.
See you later. Home run. Baltimore up by 2.
Number 9
Wow.
hitter leading off the inning, and this was a cutter from Bassitt, who was up and away, but
Summer
Urias
Olympics
did a
are your favorite.
fantastic
Nice.
job.
My
That's what he
goodness,
sees right
Urias
there, and staying on top of that baseball, really
sending a
flattening out that swing
souvenir
at
to the
top of zone. I think
outfield.
He threw it right where Alejandro Kirk
drove
wanted
right
it.
through that. If I sat on a
He
couch
put
and
a
watched
very
all
good
these
swing on
Summer
that pitch. I
Olympics,
don't think Chris is expecting
I
damage
too would be
off that
Olympic.
location. You know, maybe a righty will punch a big
Nice
shot the other
prep.
way, but not out of the park.
2-0
Colton Cowser
Baltimore.
takes
I eat enough
inside,
during
1-0.
hockey season. You and me both.
And of all the righties, probably not that righty. There are 8 guys in this lineup with 10 or more
So
home runs.
Kowser coming
And
up
there's
here now.
Ramon
He's
Urias,
1 for
but
1.
He just hit his 5th.
He's
and
going to
now
hit this
Kowser
one
with
into
a
right
second single
field.
of the game.
Going to go 2 for 2.
And the moves rain down.
So Baltimore now has a man on first, no
Coming
outs.
inside
They did
again,
hit
but you can
that
see
home
what
run.
pitch does. It doesn't quite get in where he wants it. It was a cutter, and it almost just straight
Goodness
out. It just
gracious.
didn't do much and stayed right there in the middle part, middle inner third of the plate.
Baltimore having
It
a
almost
big bottom of
actually
the
ended up
third
having
right
some
now.
Arm side movement on it.
Like it backed up, didn't it?
Adley Rutschman
There's a
struck
pitch
out
coming in.
first
It's going to be
time up as
fouled
part of
back.
the strikeout
What's
out
everybody's
throw,
favorite
double
Olympic
play.
sport? Which sport are you enjoying the
First
most?
pitch.
Awesome. The kayaking today. That was
After it hit
exciting.
On top of the roof, I believe it rolled back down, fell off, and someone grabbed it.
Of course, the staples, the gymnastics. Swimming has been
The
awesome.
0-1.
This coming in, driven right up the middle. Another single for Baltimore.
Kowser turning around.
2 on
second,
now.
Decides to stop there. 3 hits in a row to start the inning for the
That's right.
Orioles.
You finally earned some points.
Chris is trying
2 big
different
wins for
weapons.
the
That
Canadian
was a
women's
splitter,
soccer
but
team.
Rutschman does a nice job staying
Game
on this
3
pitch.
coming
You want
up.
this to go down and away.
Trying
It's
to
down,
find a
but
way for
stays
them to
more
squeak
middle.
in. The men's basketball team has looked great.
Alejandro Kirk is going to go out to the mound right now and have a talk with Chris
A little
Bassitt.
conversation to try and
It's a
settle
tough
Bassitt
spot here.
down.
First and second, nobody out, and Gunnar Henderson's coming up to the plate.
So big Gunnar. Gunnar Henderson coming up.
Henderson walked back in the
Walked
first
and
inning,
scored a
came
run.
around to
He's
score.
hitting 283.
Second on the Orioles in home runs. although he's
Andrew, I'll
gone
be
through a
honest,
little
I
bit of a
hated the
skid.
opening ceremony.
Last 26 games, hitting
Absolutely hated
269.
it. The
2
laser
home
light
runs.
show at the Eiffel
In that
Tower
time,
and
only
Celine
7
Dion were
RBIs in the
two
last
best
26.
parts by far. But I absolutely despised the opening ceremonies.
Feels like
Thought it
there
was
have been
terrible.
several innings already this series where I've said you've got to
Somewhere
limit the damage.
between Bacon with Martha
Tough
and
to
the
do
Olympics
against this
lights.
offense.
The rest is Stoops. Snoop Dogg has been all over these Olympics. Did
Good
you
way to
see the
start it
clip
is a sinker
of
right at
Snoop
the
Dogg
knees for
fencing
strike
the
one.
other day? So funny. He's been mixing it up all over the place.
Kowser on second, Rutschman
Gotta
on
love
first,
Snoop.
the 0-1. Swing and a
Swing
miss.
there, going to get that count to 1-1.
That's the slow curveball we were mentioning earlier.
1-1, no
72 is
outs,
probably
Baltimore
about as
with
hard
2
as you're gonna
on.
See him throw that curveball.
He is
Andrew,
an
you didn't
excellent-
miss
Henderson
much.
is an excellent breaking ball hitter.
Although I
He's done
did
a lot
hear
of
there
damage
was
against
a
breaking pitches,
U.S.
but that might have been a
athlete
very
who
different
fell
look
off
than most
the
breaking
U.S.
balls
boat.
that he sees.
Saw on social media. She's okay. Yeah, she fell off her boat.
One with the high
Pitch
cutter.
gonna be high,
Henderson
1 and
laid
2.
off.
Aaron, actually, I heard she's negotiating a new residency in Vegas.
4 RBIs this year.
So
Second
she
just
seems to be
Anthony
doing much
Santander
better.
on the Orioles.
This one will be
That one's
foul
hit
back
foul
again.
down the left
Of
field
course,
line.
if you watched her
Even that approach
documentary
right
on
there, you can
Netflix,
see
it
that
was
ball, he tried to get
it was
inside on him,
heart-wrenching.
but
Very,
much
very
like we saw
tough to
Vladdy
watch.
do
So
on his base,
seeing that
pulling the
comeback
hands in,
performance
when you hear
was
pulling the hands in,
absolutely
it's just
incredible.
pulling him in to get the barrel there. He's very late.
Is that a new Olympic sport?
but
Boat
it allows him
jumping,
just to get
right?
to it
Try
to foul it off.
from the way the story goes is she was standing kind
When
of
it's
back
tough
by
to
the
get
basketball
inside
team.
like that on a
And when they
hair,
were getting to the part of
you
the
start
water
thinking, okay,
where
where do
all
I
the
go now?
cameras
Do I go
were,
back out there? I tried
she
to
said,
commit,
"No
he
one,
kind
none of my
reacted
friends,
fine
none of my
that.
family are going to see me back here.
That's what
All
good hitters
these
make it tough.
basketball
Not a lot of
players are
zones
blocking
where
me."
you
So
can
she
go.
tried to maneuver forward,
They try to
and
go back
somebody said, "Hey,
inside,
why
and
don't you
Henderson
get on my
spoils that
shoulders?"
slider.
And hey, thinking about sitting on somebody's shoulders on a rocking boat, not a good call. But she went up on the shoulders, and sure enough, you know, the boats were rocking. Some of those boats were rocking pretty bad. And I guess the guy lost his balance, and she went whoopsie daisy back over the railing and ended up in the
Another
water.
one too.
Now, luckily, officials were there to fish her out
Tough
pretty
when
quickly.
You don't have those swing
But,
and miss weapons because you're
yikes.
throwing it up there and they're basically getting to everything. It's just a matter
I
of
don't
whether they're
remember
going
the
to put it in
name,
play
Ben,
or
but it was
foul
somebody
off
on the
and stay
US
at
boat.
bat. And it makes this guy keep sweating out there because he's got to work harder and harder.
And it's a
So
hot and
2-2,
muggy day
no
in
outs.
Baltimore, an easy day to sweat. 2-2.
And Gunner's going to poke this one into right. It's going to drop down. The throw is going to come in. They're going to hold the runner, so bases are loaded. Bases loaded, no outs.
Henderson out front of this pitch just a bit, but again, there's just no swing
Yeah,
and
Aaron,
miss there.
I agree. It was nice to see the
We'll bring
medals
the
we
ball
got
way
so
out
far,
there.
but I don't
But he
think,
puts it in play. Barger did
you know,
a nice
the
job, just a little bit
women's
of a
soccer
decoy
team is
here
going to
by
need
putting
some
his
help
glove
from
up
the
as
other
if he was
teams
going
to
catch
get
it. I
there.
think it froze the runner just for another split second.
When Celine came on, she was great.
Bolton Cows are going to third, so they all just move up 90 feet.
No medal for that accident. Yeah,
Anthony Santander up with the bases loaded.
exactly, Ben.
First pitch hit back.
Pitch right to the pitcher. That's going to go home for one, over to first for two. A nice double play. With the bases loaded, it's hit back to the pitcher, who throws it home to catch one out, and then down to first for out number two. Great little play.
Feed at home, and it was a cutter. Looked like it may have gotten in on Santander just a bit, and it's an
What's
easy
next,
double play.
Drake?
At a huge
If the Olympics were in Canada, you would see Drake
just
all
going
over
to
it,
give
I'm
him
sure.
a breather.
Do you think there's any discussion as to?
But I'll be honest,
first
if the
bases
Olympics were ever to
open,
come to
left-hand
Toronto,
hitter Ryan O'Hearn up, whether
and I
it's
know it was talked
pitch
about
around
a
him
long
or
time
even
ago,
asking if they
we
wanna
did
walk
get the
him.
Pan Am
It could
Games
be,
here.
but it looks to
But
me
if the
like Chris
Olympics
Bassitt
ever
just
came,
ran a
I'm
marathon.
leaving. I don't
Could
want to be
use
anywhere
a little bit of a
around
break.
the city.
Catcher can do that, but I'm sure Pete's going over
You know what I'm
exactly
hearing
that.
in
Got
Paris,
O'Hearn.
you know, all the places, the roads that they
Logic
lock
says you
down
would
and
rather
close off, and I
handle
get
the
it,
righty
right,
in
for
Mountcastle.
security. You have
I'm sure
to,
you could ask the pitcher.
but
He's been
man,
around
what a
long
disruption
enough.
to
What
the
do you
city.
think? Do you want to go after the lefty, or do you want to
I
put him
love
on
the
and face
Olympics.
the
I
right?
love watching them, but
Looks like
I
he'll
would not
face
want to
the
be in
lefty.
that
It's
traffic.
like he has chosen, if he was given the choice, to face O'Hearn.
Oh, Gator.
Got him on
No,
the
Baltimore
cutter
plays
his
company
first
in
at bat.
Chicago.
Cutter up
Nice.
and in,
I'd like
jams
to
him
go
up
see a
up
game
the
in
left.
Chicago. That would be a lot of fun. Ryan O'Hearn coming up now. He's 0 for 1 with the
Dutchman
fly
on
out the
third,
first.
Henderson on second,
Baltimore looking to add to their lead.
and the first pitch
Pitch
inside,
inside is going to be a
one.
ball. Yeah, prep
Orioles
for sure.
have one in this inning off the Ramon Urias leadoff solo homer.
Are you surprised the pitch
Drake's house is gone? What do you mean it's gone?
Not entirely, you know.
I know he had
Newcastle's
serious
done early
flooding
in the
issue
game.
and Toronto
Probably
got flooded out a
pitch
couple
around
weeks
a
back.
guy if that were the case. As that one is flared
It's going to
out
be
to
popped
left
up.
field.
On the run, it's going to drop in. This is going to score one. Will it score two? Throw goes over to second, and Baltimore puts a 2 spot up.
O'Hearn got
4-0
absolutely jammed by that
Orioles.
one, but he found the right
Yikes.
spot, and the Orioles have scored 3 in the inning to go up 4-0.
This game can be unfair sometimes.
Oh, yeah,
Chris
Amazon
Bassitt
Prime.
made the
You're right.
pitch he
Maybe
was
it wasn't
trying to make. He
Netflix.
comes up and in with
Amazon
the fastball.
Prime.
Absolutely gems it. Watch the reaction of Bassitt.
And Bassitt knew. Bassitt
Made the pitch exactly where
frustrated.
he wanted to, but it drops into shallow left field and cashes in
So
a couple
Bassitt
runs.
Right now, third inning, 2
Who said
outs. He's
pitching
thrown
was easy?
66
Not me.
pitches.
Ryan Mountcastle takes
This
strike
one coming in for a strike.
Well, usually we're
67
saying hitting
pitches at
isn't
this
easy,
rate.
but there are times when
You
you
know,
make
he's-
good
he's
pitches.
gonna be
it's
lucky
so
to go 5
frustrating
innings.
as a pitcher. Completely
See you later,
execute
Andrew.
your
Take
plan,
care.
But as we know, once that ball leaves the bat, you don't have a whole lot of control.
Pitch coming in, swing and a
Head
miss.
on Mountcastle quickly,
Strike
nothing in
2.
2.
Strike 2.
Oh, 2 outs. The
3
Jays
run
desperately
third for the Orioles.
trying to get out of this inning. This
And
is
the
going to
0-2
be
is
skied
lifted
into
to
left field.
Burrow
Gordon,
started
hello
back.
there.
Now he'll
Good
move
to see
in.
you.
And he's
And
got
the
it to end
Jays
the
make the catch finally. They get out, but after giving up 5 hits and 3 more runs, it's a 4-0 Baltimore lead. Drake soaked it all up with just one of his cuts. Prep, that is hysterical. It was pretty nasty when I saw that clip on social media. I mean, if you've ever been in downtown Toronto, there are some really, really low points. And Drake, he doesn't live down. He barely even lives midtown. But you know, the main highway is right along one of the rivers, and when there's a lot of rain like that, it floods all the time. There were a lot of areas of the city that flooded a couple weeks back. It was pretty crazy. I mean, even here where we are, the backyard was kind of flooded. You could see the water was really pooling. Luckily, knock on wood, we didn't have any flooding in our basement or anything. For a change. But yeah, it was pretty crazy to see what took place in the city a couple weeks back. All right, so Varsho is going to lead the way.
Well,
He's going to
Martinez
find
told me
himself coming up
early
here.
in the season,
in the top of inning
Guerrero's
number
power
4.
never left because the exit velo was still there. The issue
Finally
was trying
put
to
a fool back
simplify
here.
his approach.
Yeah,
so he gets the
except
ball in the
I don't
right
know if you'd
angles
really want to go
off
in
the
it.
bat, so it leaves the ballpark. You can't instruct or direct.
It was crazy.
Guerrero
I
to
mean,
hit
when it
homers
rains like
according
that,
to
you
Martinez,
watch
because
the streets
once you
just
give him
flooded,
that
and
cue,
the
his
way the
swings
water
get
rushes,
bigger,
it's
he tries
crazy.
to muscle the ball out of the park. Essentially,
We don't
tries
see
too
that
hard.
overly
Martinez
often
likes what
here,
he's
but we
seeing
have
now from Vladdy.
had
It
flooding
can
like
take away
that.
the first couple of months of the season. He
I
said,
actually,
the
one
Vladdy
time
you
I was
see
driving
right
home
now
from
is the same
downtown
one.
Toronto, driving
20,
along the Don Valley
21,
Parkway,
guys.
coming
He's
north,
even with the first
and
month or
it
so
had
of the
started to
season, the
rain,
numbers
started
are
to
still
rain, and the
very
rain,
strong
you know, you could see
for
it coming.
Vladimir Guerrero
And when you
Jr.
looked
with what he's
over, you
done
just saw the
recently.
river
And
rising,
some catch up to play,
and I literally
did he
missed the
ever
highway
do
being
that?
washed
He is
out by
taking that
minutes.
to another
I
level.
remember
think what
driving
Guillermo
and all of a
is
sudden
referring to,
hearing
oftentimes
saying
you
that
can
the
tell
Don
a
Valley
hitter what he
Parkway
has
was
to do.
washed out
Stay
to
out
avoid
of
it.
hit it the other way.
And I
But how? So if you say
was like, I'm
you know, he
on
can
it,
have a
and I
steep
literally
path to
missed
the
it by
baseball
minutes. It was
sometimes, his
crazy.
swing path. But if the
1-1
idea was
the
to
count
get the
to
ball up
Varsho
in the air
now.
more, you can't just say
Too bad
hit
hockey
more fly
usually
balls,
needed to
because
be-
as a hitter you might say, but how? So that's the big.
It's going to bring us hockey
as a
luck.
hitter, you're always asking, and I
Of
think
course, still
communication
lots of
there
unanswered questions.
clicks. And I think the big how
Coming around
was by
Leaf
catching the
Town.
ball up front more and catching it
It's
more
going to be
on
hit
his
right to
upswing,
first.
getting it elevated.
Little underhand flip
Dalton
to the
Varsho
pitcher, and
grounds out,
Varsho is
first baseman
done.
Mountcastle back to Adley Rutschman, and here comes Vladimir Guerrero.
Wasn't
Jr.
Lake Erie, actually the little Don Valley.
Guerrero, the only Blue Jay to reach so far in this game. He had a
The
single
area
to
where
right
it-
field
where
in
it
the
washed
first.
out,
Corbin
so
Burns has retired everyone
Kind of
else.
a little
This is about as
river running
tough a
into Lake
matchup as you're
Ontario.
going to get as a right-handed hitter facing. He's very tough on lefties.
The Don River.
but He's got that hard cutter with a couple of different breaking
Here comes
pitches.
Big Vlad.
He'll
Let's see
also
what
sink it
Vlad
in.
can do. Can he get the Jays on the board? Outside.
I mean, he's tough on everyone. You could
Of course,
hit
the
from
Maple
right
Leafs
behind
with an
home plate,
interesting
he'd be
signing.
tough
Well,
on you as well.
not really the Maple Leafs.
He has
It's
just
more
been
the
one of the best
Marlies.
Corbin Burns in
The
Major League
Marlies
Baseball over
signing
the last
William
half-decade.
Nylander's
And
brother,
while he's been one of the
Alexander
best at the
Nylander,
plate
to
for a long time
deal.
now too. He has just looked so comfortable.
Vladdy gonna
Fouls
foul
that
this
one
one
back.
off. Thank
It's
you for
1-1.
hitting that like. I appreciate it. Alex Nylander signing with the Marlies. My
He is as good
thoughts
as they get right now in
is
the
that
game.
they're waiting for a trade.
Extra
Maybe
base
it's Nick
potential and his
Robertson.
ability
Maybe
to
it's
get the
somebody
ball
else
in
going to
the
be
air
traded
that
off the
Izzo was
roster.
referring to there.
Bring
what
up a roster
Guillermo
spot,
was
which will then
referring to
upgrade him to an
is by
NHL
catching
deal.
that more out front on the upswing.
Pitch to Vladdy. He's going to foul this one
That's
back.
a tough pitch to do it with. It's 98 and sinking down, and that's why Corbin Burnes is a tough customer.
It would be interesting to see the Nylanders playing together. He does have a lot of talent.
Right about your front shoulder, diving down there.
I think that would be
a lot of it's just communication and the terminologies you might use to help communicate with your
pitch
hitter.
to Vladdy. He's going to foul this
Guerrero
one back.
gets that one in the air, but it's foul off to the right.
So 1-2 the count.
Burnes doesn't allow many base runners or many hits, but Guerrero now has hits against Burnes in each of the 3 starts that Burnes has made against the Blue Jays this year.
And that's the telltale of a really good hitter. They hit really good pitching. That's why you need some of those in the heart of your lineup.
Vladdy set. Here's the 1-2. Way high.
What happens when
Can
October
go all the way to the
rolls around.
backstop.
You're facing a lot of guys
98
like this.
miles an hour.
Top of the rotation starters.
That was a seriously fast
Burnes
pitch.
has allowed only 2 earned runs to the
2
Blue
and 2.
Jays in now
Big
16
V.
and a third innings of work against Toronto this season.
He's going to take that
But
inside.
Guerrero
at
is
99.
working him here in the
Gonna go to
4th inning. It's
3-2.
now full count.
If you're new to the channel, you're watching for the first time, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Payoff pitch. Check
100
swing.
miles an hour, and he
that'll be ball
misses.
4. Guerrero
Gonna
on for
walk
the 2nd time
Vladdy
against Burnes
Guerrero.
today.
Vladdy's
Take your
body language
base,
will tell
kind
you
sir.
so much, and this is a hitter that is absolutely locked in right now, being able to take that pitch. He's not taking that pitch, Ben, a couple of months ago.
So
he's
Horowitz,
taking a hack at that.
he's going to
But
come
he
up
gets
now.
himself into such a great spot. He offers, but he's able to hold up. That's a 100-mile-per-hour sinker.
That started over the plate before breaking in.
Here's the
Spencer
pitch that's
Horowitz
gonna be
might have broken his
fouled.
bat right there. I think he did. He's going to go get a new piece of lumber.
You know, sometimes, and I think Vladdy's going to go through this over the next couple of months of this season, he is going to have plate appearances like that, where he is
Horowitz
literally
gonna get
taking
himself
what the
spot.
pitcher
This
is
will
giving.
be
If you're not going to get a pitch,
A good
don't
inning
try
with
to
one
do
out
too
on the
much,
board
because
with
that's
a
when you're
runner
going to
on it.
try
The
to hit that
Jays
pitch
could
right
get a
there and
little
either
bit of a
miss it or
rally going
hit it
here.
into the ground. Take your walks. It's just you're going to have to
We're
do
coming
that
up to the
regardless
halfway
of who's
marker
hitting
of the
behind you.
game.
He has to almost
He
play a
did
little
strike out in the
selfishly
first,
because you can't.
but
do
he is
everything
hitting
as one hitter
283.
in the
He
lineup.
has hit a couple home runs this year with 4.
So I don't think too many teams are going to be pitching to him in big situations.
There's the pitch.
Oh, one pitch hit on
Hope
the ground.
through the
up
infield.
middle,
That's
right
going to go.
center field.
Vladdy going to go around the third. Vladdy
Second
running.
trying for third.
The throw is not
goes
going to come in
into
and
second,
challenge him.
and the
Runners
Blue Jays
on
are
the
threatening here at
corners.
top of the 4th.
Nice
Thanks to
set of
Spencer
hitting there.
Horowitz's single.
With 1 out now, Captain Kirk going to find his way
It's a
back
changeup
up.
from Burnes, and it's
Kirk's
away.
gonna have an
Spencer does a
opportunity
nice
to
job
get a
staying on that and just hits it
score
just
run
hard
here.
enough and in the right spot, just to the right of the second baseman.
Hey,
Westberg, and
what's
into right
going
center
on,
field.
Jarek? Welcome in.
So 2 on for the Blue
Yeah,
Jays.
we've
with
been
only
away a
1
little
out,
bit.
and
We've been
Alejandro
away,
Kirk
having
coming to
some
the
family
plate.
time and whatnot. So
Baltimore
we have been, for
infield
you
looking
hockey
to
fans,
turn
we've been
2,
putting out a
plays
lot of
back.
hockey shorts.
Alejandro's going to
So
have
make
to
sure
try
you
to
give
get this
those a
ball
watch
in the
over
air.
on the
Not
shorts
easy against
section of the
Burnes.
channel.
He lifts this
Kirk is
one
going to hit this
center
one
field and fairly
deep to center field, right to the
Mullins is
track. So
back,
Vladdy
and
should
that'll
have
be
room
an
to
easy
tag up.
tag and score for
And it'll be a
Guerrero. It's
sac
sacrifice
fly.
for Alejandro Kirk. And the
Vladdy
Blue
going to
Jays
score
are
a
on
run,
the
so the
board.
Jays are on the board.
Very
4-1.
productive plate appearance right there by Kirk. He gets a
2
breaking
outs now.
pitch. I'm not sure that's the best selection in that situation from Burnes. For me, that's an easier pitch for Kirk to get in the air. But
Yeah, nice
Alejandro
to
is able
see
to do
what the
just
Florida
that.
Panthers
Hangs
did.
out
I'm
over the
super
plate.
excited
Because you know
to
what a
get
ground
this
ball is
season
in that
going, to see
situation.
how
It's
they
a killer
can
for Kirk,
continue
so
it.
he gets it in the air and cashes in.
It'll be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of
Clement up
games
now
on the
with 2
schedule
down.
this year. Oh, he hit some.
98.
98
Started to
miles an
walk to
hour, and
first, but
he
now
hits
he's hunched over.
Clement.
And John Schneider put his
Oh,
hand out
you
to
know
tell
that
Clement to
hurts.
hold up and not try to go to first yet.
98 miles an
That
hour.
is not very comfortable.
My God, give the man 2 bases for that. Ouch.
That was the sinker from Corbin Burnes that ran in. Not quite as dangerous of a spot as James McCann when he got hit in the face yesterday. McCann actually looking a little bit better today.
Yeah, that
probably.
ball
Better
that
than
hit
I thought
McCann in
he
the
would
face
look.
was nasty. But this one
Ernie
just
had
gets him
nowhere to go
kind
here.
of
This
here
was
under
right
the
up
arm
in
on
that
the
ribs
side.
area.
It is more on the back. It is a little bit more of a
98 miles per
meaty
hour
part of
from
the body,
Burnes.
at least on me. But hit him pretty good.
Good to see Clemento.
He's
okay
all right.
on
So we
first.
got now
Spencer
runners
Horwitz
at first and second.
Addison Barger steps
2
up.
outs.
He grounded out on the first pitch he saw in the second
And here
inning.
comes Barger. 171 on the year. Yikes.
The pitch from Burnes.
Here's the pitch.
Caught her for
Bottom of the
strike
strike zone in there for a strike. Just make contact. Just put this one in
Addison
play.
jumped on a first pitch, his first time up, and oftentimes as a hitter, you don't want to do it 2 times. And
You know,
make
it's
2
tough
outs
when
and
you
2
get
pitches.
to
I
these
think he was
parts of the
maybe
lineup
taking
and
all
you
the
get
way there.
some guys on base, and then you get a weak hitter that
Change
comes
up there.
to,
Haven't seen a
to
lot
the
of the
bag.
change yet from Corbin Burnes. Barger laid off at 1-1.
So hard to be on that pitch. That's what Horwitz hit, but it's so hard to be on it. That's why he was up front, because you've got to gear up for that 95 plus.
Here's the pitch, swing and a miss.
And he doubles up on the change up there to get a swing and a miss from Barger. 1-2.
Free corn dog night. Well, I haven't had a corn dog in forever.
This is a tough
now I want a
matchup
hot
if you're
dog.
a veteran. I can imagine it's even tougher.
Baseball
if you're in
night,
game
time to get the
25
dogs
of your
going.
major league career. So many different tools.
1 and
for
2,
Corbin
2
Burnes.
outs.
Here's 1-2.
Barger
Check
takes
swing
it
on
in the
pitch
dirt.
in
He
the
checks the
dirt.
swing,
30 went around.
and they're going to ring
Says
him up.
Junior Valentine, and that'll be
The
the
5th
top of the 4th.
strikeout
Blue
on the
Jays
day.
get
The
a
Jays
run
are
on one.
done. We are going to the bottom of inning number 4, but at least the Blue Jays found their way to the scoreboard. So the Jays are on the board for the Orioles. Oh my gosh. They're eating ice cream. They're having all the snacks, and they're not even sharing. Do we have buns? Yes, we're going to have some hot dogs. Yeah, when the game is done. If the Blue Jays are getting creamed, we may have to end the stream early to go have some hot dogs. So the Blue Jays, like we've been saying, not super exciting to watch. They do play again tomorrow, 12:35 in the afternoon. Don't knock it till you try it. There you go. Corn dogs with peanut butter. 12:35 game tomorrow, I believe. We will not be streaming tomorrow. We will be working. Then they are off and they go to start a series against the Yankees, I believe. Starting up Friday evening. Friday, I think it's an Apple TV game. We will not be streaming that either. But coming up on Sunday, I believe it's Sunday. My notes have flown away on me. It's the Toronto Argonauts taking on the Calgary Stampeders. Week 9 action. Hard to believe they're already in week 9. Will we get any special guest appearances tonight? Special guest appearances, AAU? Or in the future? There is always a chance for special guest appearances. You never know who may show up when Bassitt, 69 miles an hour, catches the side, 0-1. Thank you for tapping that like button. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Here's the 0-1 coming in high. Not going to get the call. Can even it up to 1-1. But again, a lot of moves. We talked about it earlier. 8 players traded off the Jays roster. Going to miss outside. 13 pickups, mostly prospects. Gator, I tried it that one time. I don't think I could do it again. I'll be honest. What I'd like to try, and I think he was located in New York. This one in there rings them up. Strike 3. Wow. Sit down. First strikeout. That was a beauty. Okay, so here's all the guys. Kiermaier, Falafa, Richards, Kikuchi, Turner, Jansen, Pearson, and Yimi Garcia. All are out of here. It's going to be hit to second, thrown over to first. They got him in time. Wow, I thought he was safe. But he rings him up. Is this going to be a challenge? So to finish my thought, if you've watched on social media, you'll see the Spud Man, guy who has like a food truck selling baked potatoes, loaded baked potatoes. They look delicious. Really? Yeah, man. Spud Man. He's awesome. I'm a big fan of the baked potato. You know, upon slow-mo replay, it looks like, I can't tell. From the other angle, it looked good. This is under video review. Aaron, they did, most of them are prospects that they picked up. There are some big prospects in there as well. Let me see if I still have it here on my phone. Let me load this up and I'll let you know. The big ones they got were from the Houston Astros in the Kikuchi trade. A lot of people saying the Kikuchi trade is the worst trade the Houston Astros have ever made, which is pretty wild. Ooh, from this angle, he might be safe. So for Kikuchi, they picked up Jake Bloss, pitcher, center fielder Joey Leperfido, who has already joined the club, and it's expected he will play tomorrow, and Will Wagner, the infielder Will Wagner. So some good prospects there that the Jays picked up. They also picked up Jay Harry, the outfielder. That was for Trevor Richards. Charles Mikado, an outfielder for Falafa. Kevin Kiermaier was traded for Ryan Yarbrough. Justin Turner was traded for R.J. Schreck. And then Danny Jansen for Cutler Coffee, Edison Polino, and Gilberto Batista. Those are a lot of the guys they picked up. Nate Pearson was traded for Josh Riviera and Yodorek Pinego. Then Yimi Garcia for Jonathan Clace, Jacob Sharp. So it picked up a lot of guys. Very, very long review here.
If they're going to overturn it or not, it seems like they're taking a long time. A few times it's looked like Adrian Johnson might have the call, but
let's see what this is going to be.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe.
Wow, they overturn it. The runner is safe.
And that's what we expected there. A soft roller.
It was a pretty bang play. That was pretty darn
could really
close.
And to tie a bow on all the trade deadline, Ben, I think too, when we go back and revisit all of the moves that the Blue Jays made, I think we can almost consider this phase one of this retool, because this winter could be.
But the turnover is there, not surprising.
As they continue
Next
to
pitch is going to be high, misses the corner. Bassitt now at 76 pitches. Urias is up. He had a solo home run in the third to really get them going into that 4-1 lead.
1-0. Urias takes down and in.
Down low, 2-0 now.
And that's part of potentially why some of the non-expiring guys were traded. We don't know for sure, but you were going to get the money off the expiring guys anyway.
Reading anything exciting here?
A bit more of that as you've turned some 2025 money
pitch high. It's going to be outside 3-0.
Some of the prospects younger, some of them closer to the big leagues that could help.
Jays have used a ton of pitchers
already arriving here in Baltimore. Could see Will Wagner very soon. He was another player acquired in the Kikuchi deal with Houston.
Directly across from the Ohio River, downtown Cincinnati.
Bassett's 3-0. Mullins takes
Pitch,
off.
hang on.
Pitch
Here's
called
a
a
steal
strike, and the
attempt.
throw to
This
second
throw
at
not
the
even
time.
close.
For Cedric
Stolen
Mullins,
base.
his 18th stolen base of the year.
Does the Columbus Blue Jackets have any legitimate chance of making the playoffs?
Get a great jump, but he got enough because he does run well.
No.
Chris does a pretty good job.
I was
holding
trying to
runners and
figure
trying
out,
to
you
give
know,
his catcher a
listen,
shot.
realistically,
Coming into today, the
any
Catchers were
team
5 for 12
has a
throwing
chance,
out
but
base stealers.
they have some good
There's
players.
Brendan Little
Columbus
getting loose for the Blue Jays here
really
as
has
pitch
not
count rises for
performed
Bassitt,
well.
and the top of the order is about to go third time through.
And that's the problem, right?
3-2.
Columbus has an opportunity, and this one is going to be hit into center field. Baltimore is going to come around, and hey, why not? Let's score another
It's
one.
5-1, second RBI today for Ramon Urias.
Yikes.
A little bit unconventional in the middle of the field there as C.Bassitt cut that one off.
Well, it's been a tough night. It's been a hot night for Bassitt. I'm
Let's
sure he's
see
pretty
if we
frustrated
can
when his ball
find-
goes up the middle, but you got to get out of there. You have to go and back up the plate. He's pointing to second base, assuming the runner's just going to score and just get the ball into second base, but you got to clear out of there. Your job is to back up home as you've given up after you've given up.
So the
base
Columbus
hit.
Blue Jackets, I mean, you got Johnny Goudreau, right?
First baseman, at
He's
least
a really
in
good
right and
player.
center field, if not in all situations. is
Line A
typically
wants
cutting
out.
in a situation like that.
Sean Monahan is there.
I'm sure Chris is
Marchenko,
feeling
they
the
just signed an
frustration
extension.
of that right
Boone
there. He's
Jenner,
not getting a lot of that swing and
Kent
miss, so balls
Johnston,
are fouled off. They're extending
Adam
pitch counts,
Fantilli,
they're making
young
him work
rookie.
harder, and the
You
other
know,
ones aren't
on the
getting
D,
hit
Zach
pretty hard at
Werenski,
times,
Damon
much like that one
Severson,
off the bat
David
of Urias to
Jurasek. So they
cash in the
got
Orioles'
some
fifth run.
pieces. Elvis
Kaiser also
Merzlinkins
with
is a
the 2 hits
goaltender.
today.
They've got
Now
some
has a
pieces. They should be
12-game
better
history
than they have been.
with 12 RBIs
But
in that span.
I don't think they will make the playoffs, in my opinion.
It's the longest hit streak by an
But
Oriole
hey, you
since Ryan
never know
Mountcastle
what
had
can
a
happen. That's
13
the
gamer
fun
from
of
late
hockey,
July to
right?
late August 2021.
This one going to come
Snap
high, going
throw
over to first.
and Urias back
Not
in
in time.
safely. He kind of jabbed at second and then decided not to steal, or maybe it was a D call along, but Kirk decided to check on Urias at first.
Cedric Mullins had just stolen second base, and Kirk threw out Kaiser back in the first inning. So as a catcher, you just pick up every once in a while, try to keep them at bay.
There's a pitch coming in, fouled off the
Kaiser
ankle.
almost
You
went
know
down to the
that
ground there,
one
fouling that
hurts.
curveball off the inside part of his ankle. 2-2.
Of course, the Maple Leafs did sign Connor Dewar to an extension, $1.18 million for 1 year. The only contract they have yet to come to terms with is restricted free agent for Nick Robertson out of the forwards. Everybody else is
Urias
locked
leading
up
off
for
first
next
and
year.
Kaiser at the plate. Bassitt listening in for the pitch comm signal.
5-1 Baltimore now. Here we are in the bottom of the fourth inning.
2-2. High, full count. And as you've been talking about, the difficulty in getting that swing and miss to put away hitters continues here as this count runs full. Runner off from first.
Swing and a miss, going over to second base. Oh, and the glove comes off.
No, it's not, as the ball popped out of the glove.
The strikeout was there.
Looked like they had
The
him
throw
for
is
sure.
in time. Jimenez made the catch, got the tag
But the
on,
glove came off
but the momentum of the
entirely
tag pulled the glove
from
off the
of Leo
hand.
Jimenez, and the ball
And as
fell
the
out.
glove
And
is
it was
laying
not
on the
even
dirt,
close. He
the
was
ball
going to be
comes
out for
trickling
sure,
out.
and Leo loses his whole glove.
So he is going to be safe. The Jays
Gets it in
should
front
be out of
his
this
foot.
inning.
Maybe the spike got it initially.
But the foot
He got
of
his hand even more.
Urias running in takes the
He's
glove
shaking it out, but
off the hand of the Blue Jay player.
lesson
That
learned
is
by
bad
Jimenez.
luck.
You got to hang on to that thing and really
I was
apply
gonna
that
pick
tag
Rugby.
firmly. Hold on to that glove.
It's tough, Ben. It is tough.
So Bassitt does get the strikeout, but not the throw out.
So
in the
2
strikeout
outs
on
now.
throw
Runner
out
on
combination,
second
and Adley
base.
Rutschman
It
takes
is
ball
a
one.
successful steal. Of course, coming up
They've
in
given
August,
an error there to Leo Jimenez.
he's going to miss.
Pitch slow,
Outside. Coming up in August, it's going to be our
Stealing
anniversary.
Stealing with the error.
I think it's technically going to be 4 years. Is August going to be 4 years?
To play, we do not see
very
very
often.
often. Not necessarily just the glove coming off, but when you have
That's
a guy
pretty
like
amazing.
that, and then perhaps you just drop the ball. In this case, the whole glove came.
This
The
is going
2-0
to be
pitch is lifted
popped
to
up into center
shallow
field.
center.
This is going to do it.
That'll be
There's the
Dalton
catch.
Varsho's to
And the Blue Jays able to finally sit them down. We're going to top of inning number 5. Top of number 5. Jimenez, Berra, Springer, Baroa, I should say, coming up. And of course, Springer. The Blue Jays got to find a way of delivering some offense. They are down 5-1 through 4. Of course, pitching is going to be a problem. But thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. I know we haven't done a lot of baseball, so to those of you that are finding your way in, thank you for coming in and joining our coverage or just checking us out. We appreciate it. Of course, we'll have lots more coming up, but if the Blue Jays continue to stink out the joint, we will be selective in the games that we are doing. But we thought it would be a lot of fun since the Baltimore Orioles, one of the best teams in baseball, we would kind of check in on them and see what they're doing. Is dropping the Bear Shark, our partner channel. Check them out, the Florida Park Explorers. Good friends and partners of us here on the channel. All right, they're just coming back.
Which I thought is apropos.
Still talking about these
these
trades, these 8 players traded away.
Atkins said, we're focused on winning, competing, and contending moving forward in 25 and 26, and that they, the controllable players, are a key part of that. And lastly, guys, he was asked about
so their plan
and Vladimir
is
Guerrero
looking
Jr.,
towards
just how close
next
was
year and the
Atkins
year
to trading
after
away
to
these
compete. So
cornerstones
this
of the
year is pretty
franchise?
much
He
a
said,
write-off,
"Not close.
which
It
we've
was
already
never
known
our
because
intention to trade
they are
either
so
one of
far
them."
back in the
Guys?
standings.
That seemed to be the message all along, Joe, that, you know, maybe a controllable guy like Nate Pearson or Zay Kiner-Falefa could get traded, but
So Jimenez coming up, he's 0 for 1, strikeout in the third.
Bassitt or Gosman or guys of that kind of nature.
Very interesting, and I think finally
Pitch going to be hit up the middle, grabbed by the second baseman.
A lot of rumors
Thrown
swirl
across
before
in
the
time.
trade deadline, but then the facts can come out afterwards. And
So it's got to be disheartening for these players, right?
what
When you know
happened, and
you're down by so much. I mean, it's only 4 runs.
And as I said,
But
this
when you're
winter, who knows?
constantly
We'll
down,
see what
when you
happens,
get
but I'm
down
sure there is
early.
still a lot of action to be had. This
Seems
could
like the
be
squad really
first
can't
step into
generate much
retooling
offense.
after a
There's only
very
one player
disappointing
hitting
season,
over
as
300,
Ross
and
stated.
of course that's
Leo Jimenez
Vladdy
grounded out
Guerrero
to
at
start this inning.
312.
Here's Stuart Burrow. Strike one on a cutter at the
this
knees.
one is bottom of the strike zone. You got Springer at
Burrow forced
227,
a couple of runs with his speed
Varsho
yesterday.
198,
Stole a base and caused
Kirk
an error
at
because of it in the
239.
second inning. Eventually came around to
Barger at
score.
169, Jimenez
Go
at
first to third on that
236,
one
and Baroa
play, and then
133.
reach on an error
Outside
on a
of
ground ball to
Vladdy,
shortstop.
your only
His
good
speed
bats,
may be
right?
affected to throw
Horowitz
a
at
little bit.
288,
Jordan Westbrook, who was playing
Inclement
short.
at 268. So this lineup is really just not going to deliver
The
a
1-1.
ton of offense.
Swing and a miss.
Swing and a
1-2.
miss there.
Five strikeouts already today for Corbin Burnes. 1-2.
Here's the pitch down in the dirt.
And he
They're
went
going to
around
drop
on
it,
that
so he's
one.
going to
Burrow
run to
running
first,
down to
but the
first,
throw is
but
over in
Rutschman throws
time.
him out. Making
And he
6
is done.
strikeouts. That one on a curveball. 2 down.
2 down
Lots
here
of
for
weapons
the
a young
Jays.
hitter. He started him with the cutter, mixed in a couple of changeups, and gets Baroa to chase
Trying
that breaking
desperately.
ball. Anytime you've got that cutter,
Find a
95,
swing.
97,
Springer's a guy who can do it. Springer's been up and down.
Secondary pitches. Not seeing a whole lot of those in the minor leagues.
On the corner, he's going to take strike one.
And it's no secret.
I got to be honest, this is tough to watch. I don't know if we're going to stream much more
I don't think it's
Blue Jays
what
baseball
Blue Jays
this season.
are directing their offseason, but when you talk about free agency in the winter coming up,
This one inside,
Joe
unless
Corbin
there's
Burns
a
is going to be at the
high
top
demand.
of all the headlines in terms of what
I think
he
we may shut
after
it
this
down.
season.
Just focus
Ace
on
number one
the
at the top
Argos
of the rotation
and getting ready for hockey
for
season.
whoever is willing to pay, because he will command a heavy dollar.
Here's a pitch coming in, big cut there.
There's that sinker
1
again
and
at
2.
the bottom of the zone that we're seeing a few more of tonight
Yeah,
from
Ben, I'd
Burns.
like to do more Olympics.
Think of
You know, I was
how you want to try to
I was
become
watching
a little bit more effective
or
against
checking
righties,
through the
sinking it
schedule,
down
and
like that,
unfortunately,
and then also cutting it up
you know,
and away.
during the week, everything is
Springer
so
swings
early.
and misses,
Springer's
and that's
going
another
to
1, 2, 3 for
strike out and
Burns,
sit
up to
down.
7 strikeouts.
So,
The Orioles up 5-1.
you know,
and for an
hopefully this
update,
weekend
let's go to Jamie.
we'll get some good events that we can cover and we can take a look at. Actually, let's take a look now as we're officially halfway through this game. Let's take a look, see what's coming up this weekend in terms of the Olympic schedule. So let's find, all right. I don't know how far ahead I can actually scroll. What is, I don't even know, what are the dates this weekend? So we're talking 3rd and 4th. Here we go. Can I go that far? August 3rd. All right, coming up this weekend, we're not doing anything at 2 or 3 a.m. Let's see what we got. Olympic coverage on Saturday. Okay, let's go to a reasonable time. All right, volleyball at 7. We got hockey 7:15. Women's basketball at 7:30. Doesn't look, there's got to be something else going on. All right, we got Canada beach volleyball at 11 o'clock on Saturday. Although that I wouldn't have much graphics for that. Men's basketball. Maybe we'll do some men's basketball Saturday at 11:15. United States taking on Puerto Rico. So maybe we'll be able to get that covered. Don't see anything else. Men's volleyball. All right, what's on Sunday? We will have some Argos football on Sunday. Canada women's basketball is 7:30 in the morning.
When you don't have a lot of swing and miss.
All right, they're coming
He was
back. Brendan
working
Little
hard
in the
out there
game
tonight.
now, new pitcher for the Blue Jays.
So Brendan Little in now, and the first pitch down and away to Gunnar Henderson.
Little pitched in the second game of the doubleheader last
Saturday
night.
or Sunday.
Gave up one run on a couple of hits, and he was really scattering it a little bit. And I talked to him about that this afternoon, much like that first pitch right there, that one right there. He can get into a funk when his sinker, that one right there, he's throwing away to lefties or into righties, which is glove side for him when he's pulling it. He's really trying to get his better
slim
direction.
pickings in terms of the Olympic sports to
Gets himself back
cover.
over the
Not
plate
much
there
going
with the
on
cutter. It's 2-1
on the
He's got the
weekend.
cutter and curveball. Remember last
It's
night when he was
unfortunate.
missing like that, and we were talking about maybe going to the curveball, really getting that release point out front. And I asked him about that, and he said, yeah, when my curveball's right, it really helps me to get out there. But he just couldn't sort it out on the mound.
It's going to
Hit
be
over
chopped
the
to
mound,
second,
Jimenez
picked up,
has it.
thrown over
He'll
to
throw
first
out
in time.
Henderson for the first out. That was a sinker back over the plate.
And it's frustrating, but as a pitcher, as a left-handed pitcher, when you're missing away to lefties or into righties, he felt that his glove side was really pulling toward third base. Now you're starting to rotate
Santander coming
horizontally
up
and
now.
going more east
He
and
is
west.
1 for
And
2
that's what's
today
forcing his
with an RBI.
release point to pull the ball down and away to lefties and into righties. trying to get that better direction toward the catcher tonight.
Little in now, pitching for
Anthony
the Blue Jays.
Santander turned around, batting right, takes
Pitch
inside.
is gonna miss. 1-0. Big double in the first inning for Santander to really get things going. Picking
Blue
up
Jays
that first
bullpen
RBI.
was used a decent amount yesterday.
Pitch in there for a strike. Little
Well,
throwing
strike
hard,
1-1.
95 miles an hour.
One of the guys who didn't go yesterday,
Burr,
though,
also
it should
Ryan
be
Burr
pretty
up
well
in the
rested.
bullpen,
Ryan Burr
getting warmed
is gonna
up.
lose. Swing and a miss on a curveball
Big
there. That's a
curveball
good
there.
one from Little. It's 1-2.
Yeah, that's where you want it. Not just down, but down and into the righty, because that means he's really getting over it and finishing it. Now, if you can use that same delivery with that direction when he throws his sinker. Alejandro pointing out front, wants him to bounce
Down
it.
in the
He
dirt,
bounced it
that's
all
going to
right.
hop
Yeah,
away.
they got a little bit too on top of that curveball. It's 2-2.
Alejandro will point out there once in a while to his pitcher, and he's reminding him, hey, get this down in the ground. I want you to bounce this, see if we can't get a chase.
This is tough.
And Brendan Little's
This is
curveball is
tough to
very
watch.
good at that, getting some swings and misses. Well, that was a little too far out front.
Yes. Just a smidge.
And when you do that, you point. You have to do it really late so nobody's getting tipped off.
2-2 pitch is bounced foul. Did it again. Did Kirk. Smacking the ground there at the last moment.
We often talk about pitchers tipping pitches, but catchers can tip as well, whether it's your location where you're setting up, if you set up too early, or if you're letting your catcher, your
Bottom
pitcher
of the
know
fifth,
to
2-2, 1 out,
get the ball down to the
5-1
ground.
Baltimore.
A deck hitter can see different things, and when you do those things, they have to be very late.
Outside.
I think it was Milwaukee and William Contreras where maybe to try and mask that, or maybe just to mess with guys, he was tapping the ground randomly at times when the Blue Jays were there. He'd set up outside and at the last moment tap inside behind you, or he'd tap away and then move in. He was all over the place to try and keep people off the scent.
I always thought the
All
decoy
right,
thing was
3-2,
kind
full
of
count
funny
here to
because
Santander.
if you're going to decoy for real sometimes, but truly use it to just try to
There's the
fake
pitch.
out the hitter
Swing,
other
it's gonna be
times,
foul back
then just
again.
why do it ever?
Yeah, just be quiet all the time.
Just be quiet all the time and set up very late all the time. And oftentimes I remember just pointing to my head like be smart when I called a breaking ball when I want it down in the ground. It's a little more subtle than actually pointing to the ground and slapping the ground with your glove.
Another 3-2.
Pitch coming in.
And
This is going
one's
to be
lifted
popped
to
up.
deep right.
Going way back to the wall. It's over the wall. Oh my God. Off the glove and over the wall. It's a home run solo shot. You've got to be kidding me. Whoops. I hit the wrong button.
It's 6-1.
Addison Barger was going back on
Oh
this
my
ball.
goodness.
It looked like he ran out of room.
Dix
Hit the wall
won.
and just missed the ball maybe, and it hit the top of the wall and went out. This was a cutter from Little, and Santander drives the ball so well.
Wow.
But Barger just runs out of room, hits the fence. I don't think the ball ever hit his glove.
You're
it just
right.
landed on top of the fence and went out. But if he knew where he was, he might have had that opportunity to jump up and extend his glove, because it was certainly reachable.
Yeah, you're right. That was my mistake. It hit the wall, not Barger, and then went out. And so Santander sneaks it out for his 31st.
But if he doesn't hit the wall, he's there. Like right there, if he felt the wall with his hand and then jumped, he probably catches the ball.
Yikes.
Just a little bit lost where that chain fence darts in a hair.
That ball was well hit, but a tough break for Brendan Little nonetheless, who was battling there against Santander. A long at-bat, 8 pitches. Swing and a miss at that 1-2 curve, and there are 2 down.
Looks like we're having some widget issues. Shocker.
Ryan Mountcastle up to the plate for the Orioles, the second batter to hit right against Brendan Little in this inning. Santander was the other one who homered. Curveball for strike one.
Looks like it's frozen. See if it updates.
There were calls for
Right,
rain
Curtis.
in the
Not
forecast today,
soon
but we
enough.
have
Not
only seen
soon
clear
enough.
skies so far. Mountcastle hits it on the
Over a
ground to
second,
second
is
to throw
scooped
to
up,
first
thrown over in time.
Ends the fifth inning.
That's
Anthony
gonna do it.
Santander bounces it off the top of the wall and out.
All right, we're going to top of inning number 6, and I'll be honest, if the Jays don't start getting anything going now, we might wrap this one up, because this is brutal. I mean, we knew this Jays team was going to be tough because they traded away a lot of decent players, but yikes! Right now I'm feeling sorry for season seat holders and people who have, purchased a lot of game packs and whatnot for this rest of the season, because this team is atrocious right now. This is just bad. Yikes. I'm looking through and I'm saying, hey, is there a bright spot? Is it the catch Varsho made early on? I can't even find a bright spot when I look back at this game. Yes, Vladdy walked and he scored a run, but oof, this is not baseball. So we will definitely see you for the Argos week 9 on Sunday evening. So we will be here for that. There's a chance maybe we'll see you Saturday afternoon for some U.S. Olympic basketball action. So we will have a couple of streams coming up, but you know what? I'm going to have to rethink our whole August plan now, because, yeah, these Jays are bad.
Between innings, it's nothing too crazy, and it actually might have even cleared up for a second, but we'll keep an eye on the weather as the top of the sixth starts with Dalton Varsho hitting a fly ball out to left field. Colton Cowser has it, 1 down. That sends Vladimir Guerrero Jr. up to the plate.
So Vladdy, the only guy who's able to score. See what he can do here. This team wasn't good before.
But one guy
yeah,
that's
Curtis,
been this is so far has been Guerrero.
This is
Have you gotten to the point where you can't wait to see Vladdy
bad.
Oh, for sure.
It's crazy. It's that must-see TV, especially when he's facing a pitcher like Corbin Burns.
I mean, right now the Jays have used so many pitchers, right?
He had 5
the relievers are down to the bottom of the barrel.
Blue Jay to ever do that.
Nobody who can hit the ball right now, other than Vlad. This is going to be down low.
Good take again.
Gordon says it's raining cats and
You're
dogs.
seeing more
yeah,
and
Gordon,
more
we're
of that
expecting
from Vladdy,
to
and it's again
get it
that
up by us.
controlled move to the
Where
ball.
are
There's
you
no
again,
panic
Gordon?
in
I
his
forget.
swing.
Which area are you from?
And it helps him see the ball a lot better, and you pick up spin like that early, and you can lay off.
Vladdy going to take
Takes that 2-0 breaking ball. Burns back in the count. It's 2-1.
That's how you have to do it, Curtis. Oof.
In addition to
This
having
is
5
inside.
extra base hits yesterday, the 7 hits for Guerrero. He became one of only 3 Blue Jays ever to have 7 hits
So
in a
that means it's
doubleheader.
on its
Paul
way
Muller
here. We knew the rain was
and
coming.
Hervis Solarte did it in 2018.
So it's on its
There's a
way
blast from the
here.
past.
Oof.
That's ball 4. Vlad is
Ball
on for the 3rd
Vladdy
time
is
today.
walked. Vladdy extending our punishment. As he's going to go down to first. Beautiful sunset, though.
She has been really
Beautiful
dominant
sunset
today.
in Baltimore.
Spencer Horwitz.
Here
did
comes
single off him
Horwitz.
last
Horwitz
time
going
up,
to
and
swing
this
at the
time
first
lines
pitch
it foul,
and
0
get
and
knocked
1.
out one foul.
Burnes has been incredibly efficient in this start. His 63 pitches that he threw in the first 5 innings are the least he's thrown through 5 this year.
And a swing
And
and
that's
a
a
miss.
great
That's
changeup to make
strike
it 0-2.
2.
So many weapons. We talk about the struggles of C.Bassitt getting some swing and miss tonight against these Orioles hitters, and Corbin Burnes is getting swings and misses on virtually every one of
Burnes
his
now
pitches.
up to 71 pitches, 72 coming up.
Tough
Gonna
customer,
step out with a
especially on
timeout
left-handed
here.
hitters.
Why do you think that is?
I think the cutter plays so well because you have to gear up. You're thinking that cutter at 95, 97 coming up and in, and now you're speeding up and you got to hurry to get to it. And then he's got the breaking pitches that generally all have the downward direction, whether it's the changeup or the curveball slider.
Down
You
in
can
the
see
dirt.
right there the slider that he's used to strike out a couple of batters, but he bounces that one a little bit too early for Horwitz to chase it.
1 and 2 for Horwitz. We got the Thunder 2.
The cutters will
All
generally
the
be
good
up in the
stuff.
zone, some in, some away, but the top half of the zone. So you're thinking up, up, up. Everything else is going down, down, down.
They go up with the cutter but miss.
High and miss. Gonna be 2 and 2 now.
I think it'd be different if the cutter was 92.
I think it'd be a lot different.
Yes, that's where velocity plays.
And the sinker was 93 instead of 98.
Triton throwing some pies at the screen. Gonna miss
There's
down
another
low.
changeup. It's full count.
3 and 2.
We saw
This is
Guerrero
gonna be the
try and
Jays
take
rally
off earlier when Horwitz
inning.
was at the plate. We'll see if in a full count here he thinks about doing it again.
Tougher to do when you're down 5, though, right? That's where the
go
scoreboard
for
can
the
really
pickoff.
dictate a lot. You can take more
Glad he
gambles
back in time.
if you have a lead. You can't take as many risks when you're down 5, especially in the 6th inning.
Yeah, we saw Vlad do it in the first when it was 0-0.
It's gonna be
Horwitz
high. It's
loops
gonna be
that
popped up.
one to the
Triton, I
third
must have done it
baseman
a long
leaves.
time
2
ago
down.
because I haven't touched those in
There was that
quite
cutter
some time.
in the zone. So the pitch alone is tough to handle. And then you're dealing with his
The
secondary
2
pitches
outs.
down.
2 outs for the Blue Jays.
Hadley wants this in. I don't think he wants it up that high.
Baltimore
but
leading
hard to lay
6-1.
off
10
when
hits
you're
for the
3-2
Orioles.
against Burnes, and he's
2 hits for the
kind of
Blue
all around the
Jays
plate.
so far.
Only walks he's issued today have gone to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He did hit Ernie Clement with a pitch as well. Alejandro
gonna
Kirk
foul this
fouls
one
one
back.
back. He is the lone RBI today on a sacrifice fly.
Alejandro checking the grip on his bat there. Oftentimes on hot nights like this, you could be sweating so much, especially as a catcher. You've got the
239
gear on all
average
night,
for Kirk.
but you're sweating so much down your arms that your batting gloves can get wet. And that takes pine tar right out of it. That can get slipped.
0-1.
Oh, he
And
hit
it
him.
Another fastball runs in, and that one hits the elbow of Kirk, and he
Ouch.
started to walk, but now looks to be in a
That
little bit
hurts.
of pain here. He's going to try and keep going, but
That
Jose
hurts a
Ministral, the head
lot.
athletic trainer, is tracking him down.
And Alejandro does not wear an elbow guard. Not sure if it got him in the forearm, elbow, or even higher.
Got
Looked
him
it's
right on the
forearm,
elbow,
just
right
below the
here.
elbow, but still no
Oof.
padding at all.
That hurts a ton, right on the bone.
Again, that's 98 from Burnes.
That's going to be a big bruise there. Ouch. Trainers, manager coming out to talk to Kirky, checking his hand, checking his
Kirk has
grip,
really
checking the
actually
elbow.
started to turn things on.
Oh,
for
it's
the Blue
already
Jays
bruising
at
up.
the plate. You can see the seams right there.
Those are the seams of the baseball. And it was closer to the elbow, almost right on that elbow.
Ouch. Kirk's not going to get much rest either. Because with 2 outs, as soon as this
Hear the
inning
sound
is
of that
done, he's
ball
going to have to go
hitting
get
his
the hero.
elbow. Blue Jays
Hey,
are
Dallas.
hoping to play Kirk more coming up rather than less, so it is good that he sticks around in this game.
And I'll bet it took that fraction of a second there for it to sink in and start tingling and really hurt.
6-1 Baltimore, 2 outs.
And then the
Here's
numbing
Clement.
comes.
He got hit earlier.
Ernie Clement knows how he's feeling.
Gonna
Clement
foul
was
this
hit
one.
kind of in the rib area by an
2 on
equally
for the
hard
Jays now.
sinker last time he was at the plate back in the 4th.
Come on, Jays. Now would be a good time to get something going. Clement
Chopper
gonna
to
hit this
deep
one,
short.
chopped up the middle.
Anderson goes the
Thrown
short way
over,
to
and that's
second
going to
and
do
ends
it.
the inning.
So they're going to the bottom of the 6th inning. What do you say? Hey, Bruce, how's it going? Welcome in. Do we call it? Do we call it a night? This is tough. This is hard to watch. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Do we wish the Jays the best and send them on their way tonight? How do y'all feel? Yeah, Bruce, it's so painful to watch. All right, good night, Gordon. Yeah, I think we're going to call it a night. Yeah, right, Dallas? Exactly. I think we're going to call this a night. Go 7, no change. Yeah, one good inning. Yeah. Yeah. What to do? Tanev, which Tanev, Bruce? Art, the one we got? I think it's a good pickup. I think it's a good signing. I'm happy with Tanev. For sure. Yes, I agree with you there. He is a little old, but for the term. But I think it's okay. Blue Jays putting Ryan Burr into pitch now. I think it's okay. I think he'll the contract, even though the term stays the same, it's more front loaded. I think what the Leafs intent to do as he's getting towards the end of that contract, it'll be favorable to move or pull a long-term IR stunt. But I think it's going to be a good pickup. The Jays, I did it again. The Leafs are obviously trying to load up to make a run now, right? Trying to get something done now, not worrying so much a couple of years from now. So I think it'll be a good impact. Yeah, I think he'll make a good impact. But again, they got to do it now. We can't be looking 3-4 years down the road.
And I'm sure
so
if he's feeling
back in.
numb at all, it's going to be tough to come up and receive pitches 90+ miles per hour. So John Schneider goes to his bench.
Let's see how they
will get the call in
they
the
hang
game
in
tomorrow as well.
Jordan Westberg lifts the first pitch he
shot
sees
gonna
to
go
shallow
to
left.
short.
Leo Jimenez all over.
Jimenez is going to make the catch, so one quick out.
You mentioned for Burr the tough last outing.
Matthews is safe.
He was
That's
actually
right, Dallas.
optioned down
Matthews
after it, but the Blue
is
Jays
safe.
were allowed to recall him quickly because when you make a
He'll be
trade
sticking
off
around
your
looking
26-man roster,
to get set for
all the
another
rules
60
about how quickly
goals.
you can
Plus,
call people back up,
the
go
big
away,
question
and
is
that's
what
allowed the
happens
Blue
with
Jays to
Mitch
make a
Marner.
couple moves, including bringing both Yeri and Yariel Rodriguez back onto the roster today.
We saw that transaction between games of the doubleheader yesterday, where Yariel Rodriguez, after that very tough start in game 1, did not get out of the first inning. was optioned,
huge.
but then Yusei Kikuchi was traded to the Houston Astros.
That is big. 75. Wow.
And from the sounds of it, Yariel Rodriguez, it was just kind of a paper transaction, says John
Misses
Schneider.
outside,
He
but
stays
called
on
the
turn.
strike. So lucky call there.
1-1 to Cedric Mullins. Hit on the ground. Foul. 1-2.
Tomorrow we think we'll see Paulo Espino.
Nope, Dallas haven't heard anything
John
about
Schneider
Mo at
mentioned
all.
that.
Not official. I think he said
All right, ladies and
probably
gentlemen, I'll tell you what.
Espino were the words today,
I'm getting pretty
paraphrasing
hungry.
slightly,
This
and
game
he
is
did confirm
awful.
that Espino is here,
We're going to
but
call
not
it.
active.
That's
We're
what
going to
happens
call
when
this
you
one.
trade pitchers
I want
at
you
the
to have
deadline,
a
but
wonderful night. Thank you for hanging out and supporting us. We appreciate it. Yeah, they're just bad. I want to thank you. We'll see you all again real soon. Good luck, Blue Jays, the rest of the way. Have a good night, and we'll see you soon. I'm sorry, I just can't. They're just so bad. This is painful. So have a great night, and we'll see you soon. And maybe the Jays will pay it back, and they'll come back and win when we leave. So take care, and we'll see you again soon.